afternoon.
Afternoon, man.
Or evening, wherever it might be for you.
It's definitely evening. It's dark.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
shouldn't be blind. How's things?
Good. We're good. I'm back for another week of chaos and
There's been plenty
sporting
happening, hasn't
greatness.
It's never quiet, is it? It's never dull.
It's certainly not. That's for certain. Until next week when it's international break, and then it's all very dull.
Is it international break already?
Yeah. Starts on Friday, I think. First games. Yeah. So we then have to.
Oh, so there's no Premier League next weekend?
No.
Jesus
Already.
Christ, just got back into it.
Yep. We just get going. I think played 3-4 games each, and it's going to stop again.
3 games and some people are playing the cup, haven't they?
Yeah, and then we've got to go and play Ireland and Greece, I think.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I knew it was coming, but I didn't realise it was so soon.
Yeah, no, it's the start of the International Johnston's Paint Cup.
Brilliant. That's what we need. Is it? It's not qualifiers then?
No, it's that Nations League.
Oh, fuck's sake. It's pointless. Pointless crap.
It really is. Another competition that UEFA invented to apparently make games more competitive and failed miserably at doing so.
I mean, the only good thing for England, I suppose, is he gets to have a practice done in now. So.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Without qualifying for anything, but it is a stupid invention. Yeah. I mean, they talk about too many games. Jesus Christ.
It's not made international football any more exciting. They just ought to stick to qualifiers and be done with it.
Yeah, international football is pretty dull. That's the problem, isn't it?
I like international football, just not these crap tournaments that make crap rules to do it World Cup and everything else that it gets involved in.
There's too many non-existent games. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, because you've only got your top 10 teams in the world that are ever going to do anything. The rest are just playing for fun, right?
Yeah, it's too many games that just don't mean enough, but it's never going to change, is it? So.
That's the thing in all football competitions, as it turns out.
I'll get to that in a bit. Come on then, let's have your starters off as always. Show me how well you've done.
Well. So we're going to go Super 6 to start this week.
Super 6. Have you won £1 million? Oh no,
no.
You're here, so if you'd won £1 million, you wouldn't be here, would you?
Not probably sat aside here.
On Ronaldo's podcast, if you won £1 million.
But we've done all right again. We've done all right. So first game was Leicester Villa.
Oh, sick.
What?
Oh, did you
Leicester Villa.
Leicester Villa. Who did you predict?
I picked 2-0 Villa.
Oh, I don't even know what scores I had on this. I'll get mine up while you're running through it.
You're just not prepared for life, are you, at all?
I forget that I have a little self-sided prediction that's not really relevant, but you know.
You score your own points, do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not allowed to because I live in a country where you're not allowed to be in Super 6, but I'm allowed to have my own little Super 6.
So yeah, the final score on that one was Villa 2-1, so we got 2 points out of that. Which is not a bad start in game 1. It's really annoying though, because I went away from my own 2-1 theory.
And it actually came as 2-1.
Yeah. First game of the weekend, 2-1. Second game was Everton Bournemouth. I put 1-0 Bournemouth.
No one predicted what happened in that game.
No one predicted Everton scoring twice, ever.
No one predicted Everton scoring at all. And no one predicted them losing.
And conceding 3 in last 5 minutes or whatever it were.
It does make you feel good to be a Man U fan every now and again when you can see there's Everton fans out there.
But then...
So what did you have, sorry?
So we've got 2-0 Villa and then 1-0 Bournemouth.
Oh, you got two wins, I suppose, didn't you?
Yeah, so it gives me 4 points. And then
so I had...
Forest.
What did I have? Villa, I had 2-0 Villa.
So you did say...
And I had 1-1 Bournemouth.
Oh, so I'm doing better than you so far.
Everton score. I backed him.
Proper confident in their abilities. So, game 3 was Forest Wolves. I predicted 1-1.
I had 1-1. What did you have?
I had 1-1.
Oh.
And it was 1-1. So that's 5 points.
Oh, yeah, it was. Oh,
Yeah.
I did all right.
So, see what I mean? It's going well. And
You did all
then
right.
final game that's played so far, West Ham, Man City. I had 3-0,
So did I.
and it ended
3-0
3-1.
City, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
not 3-0
technically,
West Ham.
City did score their goal for them.
Well, yeah. So it's technically 4-0, so we're still wrong.
So we're still wrong, but yeah.
And then the last two games that haven't kicked off, obviously, yet are Newcastle Spurs and Man United Liverpool.
What you had?
2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Liverpool.
I've had 2-1 Spurs, and obviously I've gone 3-2 United because we're going to win that.
Liverpool United is always a low scoring game. How are we going to get 5 goals in
I
that
mean,
game?
United can't score 3 goals in a game, but you know, we're going for £1 million. You've got to be optimistic, haven't you?
You're not.
Oh, yeah,
You
forgot
can't
about
win
that.
anything.
Look, I've been 3-2. So how many points you get then?
11 so far with 2 games
So
remaining.
far, what did you get last week? 15.
No, 8 last week. We're 15th first week, or 16th first week. But only 8
You're
last
doing
week.
well then. So if Tottenham finishes Tottenham will finish 2-1 because I predicted it.
Fantasy team.
So,
The fancy team. Yeah.
oh, the fantasy team. The
Things have
goalkeeper's Villa's
happened.
keeper, isn't it?
Yeah, so we got 2 points for that. We'll start with the good and work us way slowly bad. Defence, Saliba, White, and Dunk got 2 points each.
Saliba, Arsenal, Drew, Dunk.
It's all the same
Shoes,
game.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they all
you've
got 2 points.
Yeah, it's not a great time to have defenders playing against each other.
Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes haven't played yet because they play this afternoon.
And they're going to lose 2-1.
Paquetá played for obviously West Ham and got 2 points.
Got 2 points for losing 3-1.
Turned up. Sympathy points. It's the new rule.
But it looks at highlights, that's all he did as well. City won't be buying him next summer, will they?
No, but Chelsea will.
Yeah, Chelsea will buy him.
But then I made a substitution.
Tell me he didn't play.
Oh, it's much worse. It's much, much worse than that.
A substitution in what position? Midfielder, strike. Don't tell me he took Haaland out.
No. I've not been that stupid. So Grealish should not play the game, had he? First 2 games.
No.
So I took him off and put Declan Rice in.
Yes. Yes. But yeah,
So-
Arsenal, mate, love that.
So not only did Grealish actually then play this week, the guy I came put him on for got -2.
Oh, did Grealish play as well? I didn't see City lineup.
Yeah, Grealish came. Grealish started. He played about 70 minutes.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's not.
Did he get an assist as
well.
well?
But then up front, of course, things have gone very well because they always do. Because Haaland's got another hat trick.
Well, yeah, you got to
34
put
more
Haaland up
points.
front, haven't you? What, is he captain as well?
Yes, always.
I mean, if you've
Tell
not
him
got
about
Haaland in your team and made him captain, you're an idiot. You don't deserve to be playing Dream Team, do you? Because it's
No,
not
because
difficult.
No,
I mean, there's no one else to
and
put
I
in,
guess
is there really? I mean, I'd have
Then
Haaland as
Ollie
your captain, even if you're injured.
Then Ollie Watkins got 5 points and Gakpo hasn't played yet 'cause he plays this afternoon if he gets a game.
He's not playing, is he?
So last week you were annoyed at my 75 points. This week it's only 47 and 34 of them are Haaland.
What did Declan Rice end up with then? Minus?
-2.
Is that all? Something like that?
Well, I mean,
He got sent off. It cost his team a point. He got 2 yellows and a red and cost his team 2 points. I mean, surely that's -50.
I don't think they quite work it on what he's actually done wrong. It's just the fact that he's off, so that's it. He's -2.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's all gone wrong. Well, that's not too bad then. I mean, I thought it'd be a lot more for a red card.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I could have got actual plus points if I'd have kept Grealish in, if I'd have not actually changed the team.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this week's not going as well because the highest currently is 105 because people have just picked random things and got good points for it.
105 is not that high, though, is it? Yeah.
Well, it is compared to my 40.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're a bit special, aren't you?
So yeah, that's the roundup of the
So what are you?
Horrendousness.
What are you ranking in the country then? Are you getting anywhere?
No. You
No.
don't want to know. Where the? I actually don't know. Genuinely don't know.
Not doing so well. Go on then. Declan Rice's red card. What are we saying?
It's
Have you seen my
soft.
ad on Facebook?
Yes, vaguely.
The
I
guy's
think
telling me that.
there's kind of three parts to it all, if I'm honest. Rice is stupid. I don't want to see
It's
red
more
cards.
stupid because he's already booked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's stupid to do it. I don't want to see red cards for that because I just
No,
think
you
it
don't.
looks
No.
pathetic.
I agree with that. Sure.
And it weren't consistent because there's a Wolves player that volleys the ball 40 yards out, pitch it first half, and referee doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. No. The
But
Brighton
if we
player
just take,
who kicks
if
the
we
ball
just
away.
take the, sorry, yeah, Brighton, it's because we were playing in
Yeah.
yellow, so I would go Wolves. If we just
Yeah,
take
the
the
Brighton
Rice
player who
one,
kicks the ball away should be booked.
yeah,
But the guy who said to me earlier that the Brighton player, it can't be a red card because the Brighton player, the ball's still moving. Or the Brighton player doesn't kick the ball.
it's irrelevant
So
whether the ball's
it's
moving or not,
irrelevant,
because all
isn't it?
that would have done is taken it back to a.
Yeah,
If
but
you'd have
all
played
he's
it
trying to say
moving,
that
you'd have just
you
retaken it.
can't be sent off because the ball's moving, but the Brighton player doesn't play the ball, so the ball isn't moving because
It's
he's not
irrelevant
moving when he
anyway. When the
contacts with
ball's
the
moving, that
ball.
ball's dead.
So it's just. But what is he doing?
I
I
don't
mean, I don't class Declan Rice as that sort of player that's stupid and petulant, but what on earth is he doing? I mean,
it,
in my eyes, if it's a second yellow, you don't give it in because it just ruins the game, doesn't it? But you're going to get sent off for that if you're on a yellow card. Unfortunately, you just are, aren't you?
yeah, because the problem is that I had an argument with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, it's ridiculous." I'm like, yeah, but it's the letter of the law. The letter of the
It's a
law
law.
is it doesn't matter if he kicks it a yard or
It's
out the
not just about
stadium.
kicking the ball away, it's about stopping the game restarting. And like somebody said, if he doesn't touch the ball, the game doesn't restart because the ball is moving.
Yeah.
So the referee will say, moving ball, stop, you go back and take it. So it's almost like the players move the ball forward and he's trying to stop the ball and say, take it back there. I want it to take it like they did. They pick it up and move it. He's gone to like stop the ball rolling, but the player's gone to play it at the same time and he's technically took the ball off him.
Yeah.
So it's just stupid, isn't it? Absolutely stupid. I mean, it's stupid to get. It's a soft red card, but it's kind of left the referee with no choice in that instance because of how it's set up.
The referee has a choice because he could just use a bit of common sense. He could have approached him and said, "Look, you're on a yellow card. Don't be daft," kind of thing. But he's gone with the fact that I can send you off, so I will kind of approach, which is everything about it just lacks common sense from Rice to the referee. The only player that was intelligent there was the Brighton player because he knew kicking him kind of gets him sent off because it
Oh
looks
yeah,
worse of what's
looks
happened.
weird. Yeah, and it's worse that Rice is rolling about the floor like a baby because he's
Yeah,
been
that don't help because
slightly
he's thinking
kicked
he's
by
going
a
to get him
Brighton
sent off.
player. Yeah, and then he gets himself, which is the embarrassment, is why he's going on. I don't know why I'm being sent off. Well, you do know why you're being sent off because you kick ball away. You're just embarrassed because you rolled about on the floor, then you've got the red card, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's all just a bit daft from start to finish. Really, the whole situation on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them for Arsenal, isn't it? They can't afford to be dropping these silly points when they're chasing City.
No,
I mean, City tend to start slow, and they're not starting very slow, are they?
well, no,
They have 2 hat-tricks already.
and there's only 2 teams left now with a perfect record, and one of them could go today if
Brighton.
Liverpool don't beat
Oh, no, it's not
United.
Brighton. It's Liverpool.
Liverpool
Yeah,
and
I said
City.
Brighton were. Yeah,
But
so they can't drop silly points like that. I mean, they'd have won that game comfortably if they kept 11 men on pitch.
yeah, and
So,
it's a silly thing to do to give the referee a decision to make.
yeah, no, it's right. I mean, I don't disagree with the decision. I wouldn't have disagreed if he'd not sent him off, neither.
No, I
You
disagree with the
can't sit there
decision
and
'cause I
say the
don't.
referee's wrong to send him off, which is not wrong to send him off. It's also could have quite easily not been wrong to not send him off. It's one of them. Declan Rice, don't put yourself in that position, didn't it? Don't put yourself in a position where he could send you off. Because if he's feeling that way out, he wants to make a name for himself, he wants to have a bit of a headline, he wants to lay the law out, then he's going to do it. Isn't he? and he did.
Yeah, that's exactly how I approached it. I don't like the decision, but it's the right decision. It was a weird one.
Yeah,
I
you
I
can't call
disagreed
the
with
referee
it.
out for it
Yeah,
and say he had a stinker because he technically hasn't. Once
no,
again, I did not send him off. You couldn't say, well, it's ridiculous. You should have sent him off because, again, you could say, well, I'm not that fussed either way.
but yeah, it was all just a bit of a mess
It was.
altogether, really.
So, it was a good, decent game. I think Brighton were a decent side. They're better than I gave them credit for.
Yeah,
I think
but
Arsenal would have won, but Brighton have got something about them. Definitely. They're not going to be struggling with relegation.
no, absolutely not. Brighton are going to be one of them.
They
They're
got
probably
7
somewhere.
points now already.
They're probably going to be somewhere between sixth and
Maybe like
ninth. I'd say.
10th to 7th, yeah, something like that.
I think that's kind of. It depends how bad of a season United have. Depends how Villa carry on, Chelsea, and they
Yeah.
could end
Well,
up
Villas will
fifth,
fall off at the
sixth.
start of Champions League. Chelsea, I mean, God knows. They could be first, they could be 21st for all you know.
Depends which squad plays.
You know, it's another. I mean, they've picked up old Sancho, haven't they? So short of a
Yeah,
wide man. Picked up
and
Sancho.
with an
20, with an obligation to buy,
yeah, I was going to say that an obligation to buy, not even an option. They have to now buy
yeah.
him. It's ridiculous.
Bought it. Well, 20, 25 million it'll cost them all told, which is cheap considering we paid 80 million for him. But it's not that
Yeah,
cheap considering he's absolutely shite and he's got attitude of a baby. But I suppose he could turn it on, couldn't he? At some
I do
point.
still think there's a player in there in him,
Oh,
but
definitely. I
it's
mean,
just
some
whether
of the
the
games
attitude's right.
he played for Man United and he played well. You know,
Yeah,
it was just his attitude and things don't go his way.
yeah.
It's like that's the last thing you need, especially at Chelsea at the minute, because things tend to at Chelsea go off the rails quickly, don't they?
Yeah, if they're not careful, yeah, it
You
can
know,
alter
something,
very quickly.
everything's going well, and the 2 or 3 defeats, crowd get on the back, manager starts getting asshole, and everything starts to go wrong. And what you need then is players that are going to knuckle down, give you, a 9 out of 10 performance, get stuck in, and he's not that guy. He'll just, decide he needs to have an holiday, fuck off, and leave you stranded.
And then the other one that Chelsea were involved in, which said they've offloaded Sterling, but are paying 2/3 of his wages to do it.
I just don't. I don't get why Arsenal have gone for him.
I don't, but I don't get why Chelsea are then paying all his
I mean,
wages
I'm
nearly.
far from an Arsenal fan, but I kind of like Arteta's approach to stuff. It's the kind of approach you need in modern day. They back the manager, and he sort of has reign over the football club. What does he want Sterling for? I can't see what Sterling offers Arsenal other than, well, I don't. They've got so many good young players. What do they want Sterling to offer?
He can play cup games to rest Saka.
Fantastic. So can I for the show. I mean, I'll go for a couple of grand a week. I mean, surely they've got young players that can play that are good enough to play. I mean, considering that we're not allowed to play no big teams in cup anymore because they're allowed to fix the draw.
Yeah, well, cup, yeah. That's
I mean, it's like, surely they don't need Sterling at any point. I just can't see when he plays, other than they had 20 minutes here and there when they're winning, and yeah, a few EFL Cup games and stuff like that. But I mean, is it worth paying all that money for someone to do that? Sure, they've got somebody better.
but yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I don't get the Sterling. I don't
no.
get. Going to Arsenal, I just could never see that happening. I didn't think Arsenal would bother. He's the sort of person that had Man U bought him. Man U of 12 months ago, that's who we'd have bought. An
Yeah.
overpaid player, coming past his best, who just wants to get a nice contract, get out where he is, and get paid to do absolutely fuck all. He's not the sort of person I'd see Arsenal buying. I don't know if it's a panic buy because I've not really bought anybody or what, but that's not frightening City in any way, is it?
And when you look at their squad, really, they needed a centre forward and a proper one, like an Ivan Toney
Proper
style
centre
player.
forward, which is hard to get. But yeah, Ivan Toney, why let him go abroad and not pay decent money for it? I know they've got a wage structure to stick to, but you kind of think if you're going to beat City, you're going to have to do something a bit abnormal, aren't you? And get somebody that just scores goals for fun.
Yeah.
And they haven't got that.
No, they're lacking that Haaland style, Harry Kane style,
Yeah.
somebody who
In the
can.
big games, they are definitely.
Yeah. I mean, they could have even looked at somebody like Ollie Watkins as an option, just so there is an out-and-out
Don't
centre
seem
forward.
to. It was just to go for Sterling just seemed like honestly, it seemed like a Man United time transfer. Last day, panic, buy somebody, and then afterwards think, oh shit, what I bought him for? I don't need him. And I just can't imagine that Arteta said I need Raheem Sterling in my team. It's going to
I
change the
can't imagine
Liverpool.
any manager said that in the last 5 years.
So, no, it's not for me. Definitely not for me, that one. But glad Arsenal bought him anyway.
But then, speaking of Ivan Toney,
I know. Go on then.
he's just wasted his
What are
career
you doing?
completely.
What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're playing for, all right, he's playing for Brentford, but there were more clubs wanted him than Brentford. But
He could have got if he's got a decent agent, he gets a move to Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
oh,
You
yeah,
can get in one
definitely.
of them teams.
Yeah, I mean, Man United need a striker. Arsenal need a striker. Chelsea always need a player. So, I mean, yeah, Liverpool, yeah, could have quite easily took him on with Salah probably leaving at the end of the season. He'd have been probably first choice by next season. But even not, what about Tottenham? I mean, Tottenham have bought, what's his face, aren't they, from Bournemouth for 60 odd million?
Solanke.
Newcastle, Isaac, they're talking about Isaac also having to move on because they need to raise money. There's plenty of teams that took Ivan Toney. And he's decided to go to Saudi. And all right, 400 grand a week is ridiculous, but I mean, it's not like footballers need to concern themselves with how much they're getting paid, do they?
No, but is he thinking it's a business to him and he's not that? And I don't want to sound disparaging, and I'm not saying this is the case, but is he thinking that he's not really bothered if he can make 400 grand a week and make himself a multi-millionaire and live a comfortable life? Is that more important to him? Does he want to go and gamble it all away?
Not going to play for England, is he now?
No, I think that's.
I mean, you can't pick him when he's playing in that league. I mean, it's a total cowboy league, isn't it? I mean, it's like playing in League One. It's absolute diet. I mean, it's a league. It's like League One, League Two, just scattered them with odd ex-professional superstar and a couple of current good players. It's just absolutely diet. There's no crowds. It's just. I mean, I can't imagine anyone wanting to do it. I understand it's 400 grand a week, but if you can get 200 grand a week at Chelsea, surely you go and play at Chelsea. Take your chances. Try and get an England squad. Score some goals in Premier League and be recognised for something, rather than 400 grand to pay in that cowboy league.
It's just the same old story, isn't it? Though money talks.
It's not like it's the end of his career, is it?
No, he's got a good 5 or 6 years left.
33, 34, and you're thinking, well, if somebody offers it then, you think, well, why not? Because I've got nothing better to do. I'll take it and go. So, yeah. No, don't get it. I never got it. I didn't get it even when Dean Henderson went, not Dean Henderson, other Henderson. Jordan Henderson went, you're not telling me that he couldn't get a game for somebody else in Premier League. And he's gone out there.
Absolutely, but he went for the money that he never got any of.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he never actually got paid.
It shows you how stupid footballers are, doesn't it, to be fair.
He walked out of a contract having not had a penny.
He had a bit of a meltdown last week about goalkeepers playing out from back. What do you think about Southampton?
I haven't seen it.
Well, all I can say is what you need to do is watch that, because that is definitely how not to play out from the back. They did it about 15 times, and every time they give it away.
And I'm guessing Ramsdale was in goal.
No, don't believe it was. Maybe. To be fair, I didn't notice. I never paid attention.
Ramsdale's in goal. It's just one name.
Oh, so yeah. To be fair, I never even thought about Ramsdale playing. I was just transfixed on the way they were playing out from the back, and just kept giving the ball away and giving the ball, and the opposition was just firing out on their own will.
It's just a constant thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, they just
last week and
handing it out to them.
My view will never change on it. It shouldn't be a thing. Stop trying to do it. If you're the best team in the country, fine, do it. If you're not, don't. Just simple as that.
Well, after 10
If
minutes,
you're an
you knew it
Arsenal,
weren't
if you're a Man
working.
City, you can do it.
You could quite easily see after 10 minutes it wasn't going to work because they just kept giving the ball away and Brentford were just on them. And all Brentford were doing is setting traps. So they were just sitting off them, letting them play it out to their centre halves who aren't ball playing defenders, as we've said before, they're just defenders, and then just pouncing on them and they just panicked. And it was just like a free for all, just kick it wherever, which generally went to a Brentford player. I mean, it took Brentford 43 minutes to score, and they should have scored after about 15, and they should have been 4-0 up because it was just. It was honestly like watching a Premier League side against under 12s. They were just running riots at them. So,
I don't
oh yeah, they did
see
well.
Southampton lasting very long, to be honest. I think this could be a one season for them.
I mean, they've definitely got. I mean, I think the commentator on the game said that's definitely them going to be relegated after that.
But then I look at
That's the
Ramsdale, and
problem.
I do genuinely think he's a decent
Well,
goalkeeper, and I think, why is he gone
good.
there?
Why has he gone there? Because he's playing Championship football next season.
Yeah.
He's not stupid. He can't be that stupid to not realise that he's not staying in the Premier League this season.
There surely would
You
have been a
can't.
Premiership team that would have picked him up.
You can't have an ego big enough to think he's good enough to keep Southampton up
No.
when they're going to concede that many shots.
Yeah, you can be as good a goalkeeper as
So
you want. If the team in front of you is not doing anything, you've no chance.
no, they're going down, and he's going down with him. So he's gone from playing for Arsenal, fighting for a Champions League, Premier League title, to now potentially playing Plymouth with Wayne Rooney in charge.
Well, they'll probably win that game.
Like a pub game, isn't it? I mean, yeah, they're going down, definitely. I mean, the bottom three there's going to be about 4 or 5 teams, and that's it. And Southampton aren't staying up. Did you see his
All
mate?
right.
Oh, you haven't seen the game. Armstrong's missed from 3 yards.
Are Everton finally going to be down, though, this year?
I mean, I've said it since start. I think they're going to go down this season, but yeah, I mean, they bottled that yesterday, big style. And you've got to blame. I mean, I like Sean Dyche, but I think you've got to blame Sean Dyche as well. I mean, what were they thinking? Just shut the game down. Play Sean Dyche football for the last 4 minutes. Get extra defenders on, get an extra man in midfield, pump it long, run into channels, do anything. And they just carried on trying to play football. And Bournemouth ran riot. And as soon as they conceded one, you just saw the heads went. They just had nothing to offer. The first one went in, and it was almost inevitable that they were going to at least get 2 or 3. Everton just didn't have it in it, and they're so fragile that, yeah.
Ended up being 3 in 6 minutes, something like that, wasn't it? Something daft?
I think they scored the first in 86 and the last in 93rd or 94th minutes, 6 or 7 minutes. Yeah, they scored 3 goals. But for Sean Dyche, you're thinking that's his bread and butter, isn't it? 2-0 up, shut the game down. They're boring.
I'm sorry, I'm slightly distracted. I've just seen Brentford's second goal. What are you?
Oh, it's horrendous.
What are you?
Horrendous. Absolutely.
Just
as soon as I
clear
saw
the
it,
ball.
I thought, God, I was going to have a meltdown here.
I mean, what?
It's simple.
Why have you played a 6-yard pass towards, inside on your own 18-yard box, and then why has the guy watched it? What? There's 2 players stood this close to each other watching the
Their
ball.
manager won't change his methods, though. Like Vincent Kompany didn't do. Vincent Kompany stuck to it all the way through the season, took Burnley down because he was so egotistical about the way he plays. And Southampton do the same. They'll either sack the manager, which will be too late, they'll already be going down, or they'll keep playing the same way and they'll go down.
I mean, keep doing that, they'll go down from Championship as well, because if you can't pass a ball 5 feet, you've got major issues in life.
Absolutely rubbish. And then if you see Armstrong's miss from 3 yards.
Well, I've just seen third goal going, which is just a
Armstrong has a tapping from 3 yards and he hits penalty spot with it. Don't even go towards net. So he's definitely not staying up. He can't score and he can't keep ball out.
No, I mean, Ramsdale's not putting himself in glory there either. It's, Southampton are done for. It's just who's joining them, I think.
You can't go there as Ramsdale and think you're going to be playing Premier League football next season. I mean, it's got to be some miracle, like some points deductions that keep somebody else down and keep Southampton up. Because if nobody gets points stuck off them, Southampton are down.
Leicester are due to get some, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll need about a dozen to finish below Southampton, though. I mean, Leicester aren't great, but Jesus Christ, they're going to be a lot better than Southampton.
Yeah, it's just teams that are at that level have got to play to that level, if that makes sense. You've got to understand where your qualities and where your strengths are, and you've got to play to them and stop trying to do things that
It
you
comes from manager, though, doesn't it? It comes from manager again. It's like, I understand that they've got philosophies of play, but if you're coming up as Southampton, it's back to boring football, isn't it? Don't concede. Stay in games and try and scrape a 1-0 win. Just try and do anything. Sean Dyche football, like I said, like he did with Burnley for years and years. You just got to stay up after year one. And they're all coming in thinking they're like Pep wannabes. They're going to play beautiful football and just getting annihilated week in, week out, like Burnley did last year.
Oh, yeah. And these Southampton are going to do the same. It's just written all over for them.
So he'll keep doing the same. They'll just play the same way every week and people just run through them.
Yep.
And did they lose? It with them that lost to Leicester, but 9-1 or something, 9-2?
Possibly, yes.
There'll be a repeat of that, so definitely.
I think rest of the games from yesterday, my brain's just not.
Ipswich is that goal from Smodzic, is he called?
Smolich, you guy from Blackburn.
His goal, beautiful goal.
Talked
about Brighton, Arsenal, Brentford, Everton, Ipswich 1-1 with Fulham. All right, game, nothing special. His goal was, like I say, a class goal. Ipswich got a point now, played well. Leicester, Villa were comfortable. Leicester had a couple of offside decisions, but they were offside, so they've got no to. Forest Wolves, just pointless 1-1 draw, and then City West Ham, just Haaland showing it again.
Yeah, he's definitely been found out, hasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, you called him out, mate. Well done. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a letter in post from Sky getting you on as a pundit. Because
to be fair, I posed the question: has he been? Does that
been answered? It's been answered. He's got 8 goals this season already. Well, he played 3 games. I like how you pose the question and still put me in your dream team.
Hey, it's working. At least somebody's getting me some points. Whoever else is not doing anything. Without him, I'd be.
So, did you watch the England squad announcement? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't watch it because it was, I don't know what time the day it came out.
Has there been any shocks? I'm just looking now.
Grealish is back in, which I found unusual.
The defence has changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's
Colwell didn't go. Did Conza go to the World Cup? But the
Euros, yes. Pretty certain he did.
Yeah, I think he did. Rico Lewis didn't, did he?
No.
So there's Colwell, Rico Lewis, and Livramento.
Livramento should be decent, because obviously I'm guessing Kyle Walker won't play much longer. He's already retired.
English? Tino Livramento? Is he English?
He's Italian-English, I would say.
More Italian than English, but it sounds right. There's Harry Maguire and Tivo Livramento. They don't play together very often in England side, do they?
I don't get why Maguire's in it again, though.
I've just seen one problem. Alexander Arnold's listed as a midfielder.
God.
I have to watch that. I mean, to be fair, as midfield looks light, doesn't it?
Because we don't really have any.
Gallagher, Gibbs White, I mean, he's all right. Is he England quality? Angel Gomez, I mean, where's he come from? I mean, he split for Man United. We sold him to Lyon because we weren't getting it. Lille because we weren't getting a game time. Why has he suddenly popped up?
I don't.
No. I mean, Palmer's not a midfielder, is it? Let's be honest.
No.
It's optimistic to put him in as a midfielder. So basically, got Rice and Manu, and then a right back, a guy who's buggered off to Madrid, a Nottingham Forest player, and a player that no one would have picked to be in England side ever. I mean, I don't think anyone even knew were English. I knew English because they were at Man United, but nobody else probably did.
They've also got Phil Foden listed as a midfielder here.
Oh no, I've gone down as forward on mine. So I've got Jared Bowen, Eze, Foden, Gordon, Saka, Madueke. I mean, why?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he's in it.
Harry Kane, Jack Grealish, and I don't know.
We'll give him a chance. He's probably only going to get 3 games.
Excite me anymore, anyway.
Yeah, he'll only get 3 games when they announce that they've found some.
So we got 2 this time and 1 next time. 2 next time.
I don't even know how many games you're playing. There's
There'll be
4,
2 and
6.
2, won't there? There'll be two in September and 2 in November.
We've got to play 6 games. Have we not?
Yeah, well, not all this year, I think.
Well, yeah, 'cause it ends in June. Oh, yeah, they might play him in March. I suppose they could play him in
So I
March,
think
break off February
there's only
break.
2, isn't there? There's only 2 in each international break. So there'll be 2 in September, then there'll be 2 end of October, early
January, March,
November, whenever they
February,
do
somewhere,
it again.
winter,
And
whenever.
there'll be 2 next year, won't there? So you might get 4 games before they announce somebody.
And that's if the thing is though, if he starts doing well, the chances are they'll announce him. There won't be another manager.
Yeah, but again, we've said this before. How can he? I mean, who's he playing? What do you class as doing well? I mean,
Uh,
the games he's going to play, he's got to win. So I mean,
The team's
unless
got
he
to look
wins
good. It's got to be
4-5-0 and
decent
plays
quality football.
outstanding. But
It's the
again,
only
you're
way you
judging it
can look good.
against opposite. It's like it's like playing an EFL Cup in it and saying, "Oh, we'll set manager on based on that." We're playing against teams that don't even qualify for tournaments most of the time.
True. Yeah.
If you can't look good, I mean, there'd be more worrying if we don't look good. Because he's got to go. I don't know. I don't know how you can judge it. It just makes no sense to me.
No.
You've either got to. I don't get an interim manager at all. Either give him a job or don't give him a job.
Because I don't think they know what they're doing, if I'm completely honest. I don't think they know who they want, and I don't think they've got anybody lined up. So they're just kicking can down the road a bit.
FA seems so usually well organised. Don't know. And then the other joke crew are the Champions League crew, aren't they?
I shared some on socials the other day when UEFA had done like a bullet point thing of how it all works, and I read it and I was like, nope, clear as mud, don't get it, don't understand it, don't know why we've done it.
I mean, I was listening to 2 blokes the other day who had obviously been paid because they'd been to the UEFA conference where the draw was, and they were raving about it. And even he, when he was raving about it, sounded less convincing than I do know. I mean, I was like, you're not even convincing me, mate, that you're even interested in it. I mean, it just seems like a long, drawn-out way of playing the same tournament that we've played for the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years. I mean, some of the games are just
absolutely
dismal. I mean, the home and away things ruined it. I know the Villa get, because I haven't seen who Villa got. Where's Villa
If
gone?
I'm completely honest, I haven't really looked at any of the draw because I just found it was all done by computer, because obviously it would have taken 7 years to draw out all these teams playing all these games, and it all just seemed very long-winded and just very crap. If I'm honest, I didn't have any interest in it at all.
See, Villa have actually landed really well because they get Bayern at home, Juventus at home, and Celtic at home. So
But then, like you said, that's not really. Yeah, exactly. But it's worked out well for some and not for others. It just doesn't seem.
Not a fair representative of the tournament, is it?
So this was published by UEFA. The heading is the knockout seeding table. Okay. A table will be formed based on the final ranking of the league phase (brackets see next page). So I don't know what that bit is. To determine the path of each team from the knockout playoffs to the final. However, based on the league phase rankings, teams will be paired 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and split into opposite parts of the table by a draw. For example, if the team ranked 1 in the league phase ranking is drawn to the left of the table, then the paired team ranked 2 will constantly on the right side of the table.
What's this, like the round table, like in Sir Lancelot? I mean,
I just read it and I'm like, that's as clear as mud. It's literally as clear as mud.
So 1 goes to the left, 2 goes to the right, 3 goes to the left, 4 goes to the right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're basically splitting it into
So you're splitting up
pools. So they'll go over there.
So we're going to another league after, or this is just the pots for the draw?
This is the pots for the round of 16. So if you're number 1, you can't meet number 2 until the final. Basically, they're going to split them completely out.
Right.
Which is
so pot
to me,
one.
that's
So table
manufacturing.
1's going to be drawn. So 1 could play 3, could play 5, could play 7, could play 9, and 2 can play 4.
If 9 qualifies.
If 9 qualifies, yeah.
Because 9 might lose to 11, or whoever they're playing 9 to 24 bit. So obviously they'll be in the knockout playoff round of 16.
So where's this bit about all good teams playing each other? Because I'm not sure that this is True.
Well, technically, haven't Liverpool drawn to play Real Madrid? So there is
No.
a couple of decent
Yes, yeah.
fixtures in there.
But there is,
Um,
but it's Real Madrid. Liverpool are at home to Real Madrid, so you don't get to watch Real Madrid play Liverpool at Bernabeu in the new stadium, which is like surely like one of the biggest games to watch. And you want to
yeah,
see Liverpool go to Real Madrid and play. You're losing a lot of it by some of these games are going to be like I don't know. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, but like Real Madrid are away at Brest, so but they're home to Stuttgart. So you don't get Real Madrid going to Stuttgart, where it's like you get to play on these crappy little pitches, and you think, oh, they might slip up. There's just too much of that. Like I don't know. It's too manufactured for me. It's like they're playing more games, and it hasn't really achieved. I mean, Real Madrid have got all right. They've got Dortmund, Liverpool, and Milan to play, but then they've got 5 other teams that are just like. Is anyone going to watch that? Is anyone really going to be that bothered to watch Real Madrid play Stuttgart or Lille or Brest or Atlanta? They're not, are they? So it's just the game for the game's sake.
and surely you're going to get a point of yes, there's going to be weeks where there's quite a few decent games, and then you're not going to end up with a
Weeks
Champions
of being
League fortnight
crap.
potentially of completely dead games
Yeah,
if you're
just
not careful.
rubbish games. Yeah. I mean, there's so many teams in these. I mean, because there's that many teams in it. I mean, look at City's group. They've got Bruges, Feyenoord, Sporting Lisbon, Sporting Prague, and somebody Bratislava. It's got too many letters in it. It's got an A and a H and a G in it. Someone else. I mean, you're not going to want to watch that, are you? Just so many games that you just don't want to watch, and it's like going to go on forever. And then you've got that first round of 16, which is 9 to
24,
16,
whatever it is.
9 to 24, whatever it is, of the knockout. I mean, so you're literally going to have, Brest versus, I can't say that name. Why Brest? Oh, yeah. You're going to have like Brest versus Sturm Graz to get through to the next round.
Yeah.
We're going to watch that.
And then they'll be going to another draw to find out which side of the pot they go into.
Stuttgart versus Bologna. I mean, no one's going to watch games like this, I think. That first knockout phase is just going to be absolutely dismal because all your good teams have already gone through. So unless you're
And
a
they've
fan,
then been, and if you're the really, really good teams, you then split away from each other until end of tournament. Because if you finish
that's
1
what
and
I'm
2 in
saying. I
league,
thought
you
the
then
whole
can't get near
purpose
each other.
was getting all the good teams to the top, and then they would all play each other from straight away, and it'd be like, but literally all we're trying to do here is manufacture the fact that Real Madrid and Man City and Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool get to the last 4 or
Yeah.
the last 8. So it's like, why bother with all this? 39 teams or whatever we've got. Just out.
I know, 147
why not
matches.
just put at last 16 and start there?
Yeah, absolutely. It
And
would just
then
make
let
sense.
everyone else play in the tournament where they might. Have they not done the same format in the Europa League as well?
Oh, and the
I looked
Conference
at
Cup.
I looked at Man United's fixtures, and Jesus Christ, I mean, it's a who's who of nobodies. I mean, we're probably still trouble.
Yeah, they've done it in literally all 3
I'm
European
not
competitions.
I'm not making out like we're going to cruise through it because it's Man United and anything could happen. But yeah, we've got some absolute cowboy teams. Where are we now on this list? I mean, I think there's either 1 or 2 teams that I've never heard of.
Well, I mean, there's quite a few in. So I was looking at randomly the new Saints, which is TNS, it used to be Total Network Solutions in the Welsh League.
Yeah.
They're making their debut in the Conference Cup. So you'd think first time they've never been in it. First time
I
they've ever
thought
been
they
in it.
scrapped.
What?
Is there still 3 European trophies now? Oh,
Yeah,
I
we've
thought the
still got
whole
the
idea
Europe.
of this lot were they got rid of that one.
No. We've just given more people time to get in Europe.
So is that in the
Everybody now
same
plays in Europe.
format?
Yes.
Oh, but there's some fantastic teams in that. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's how you TNS got. So they got Fiorentina. Fair enough. Decent team.
David De Gea.
Sweden. They got Djurgården from Sweden.
On a good side.
Astana from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Shamrock
We'll be
Rovers.
cruising.
Panathinaikos and Kelj from Slovenia. I don't think it's pronounced Kelj, but I'm going to go with Kelj.
Panathinaikos have had a bit of
That's
fall from grace, haven't they?
yeah, but that's a European draw. It's just
Wow.
mind-blowingly terrible.
Yeah, Man United have got two teams: Victoria Plzen and FCSB.
Isn't that like
Sounds
the
like a
Russian
Russian.
Secret Service?
That sounds like a Russian mafia, doesn't it? Oh, you don't want to be going. Oh, we are away there as well. You don't want to go in there, do you? When you get your season ticket, again, that ticket, FSSB. Huh? I don't even know who they are. I don't know what country that'll be in. We're FSSB. Yeah, we're playing them.
I literally
Yeah.
never heard of them. But it's just, I mean,
I
we're
don't know
kind of
where.
ruining all competitions
Oh,
and cup
European.
draws.
Like I said, Football Club FC from Romania.
Oh, okay then. Close to Russia, not far
Yeah.
off.
We've got PAOK.
Is that not Panathinaikos?
I don't know that you said that a minute ago. In
Yeah, that's what's really confusing me. I thought okay, what's Panathinaikos?
Fenerbahce, so that's Fred. Bodo Glint. The Victoria Pleasant 20, which is that Dutch team, and it Porto and Rangers.
Oh, it's where Steve McLaren went with his fake Dutch accent.
He might be. Oh, he's not going back with us, is he? They've gone somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, there's just. I mean, that's a tournament you can only watch if your club's in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If not, why on earth would you bother?
No.
Unless you can get a day off work for it for some reason.
And it's not as if and now any of the Champions League teams or anybody other team will drop into it because they've
Not
banned
even
the
drop
fans.
into it. Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
So,
If
so
you're in it, you're in
basically,
it.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same format. I mean, how many of these teams are going to get through? Just absolute dross, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
just
a
yeah, just
woeful
goes on.
competition.
It's a list of teams. I mean, I've watched football pretty much all my life, and half of these teams I've never heard of. RFS.
DFS.
It's just letters. People are just coming up with letters now, aren't they, and just making a football team. Some right crap to play. So I'm not feeling that. Why is
And then the
why
other
are we not
one that
allowed to
messed
play
up.
each other in EFL?
Yeah, this is what I was going to move on to. The League Cup draw. What an absolute disgrace that all is. Literally, if you're
Why
in
have we
Europe, you get drawn at home
can't
and you
play each
can't play
other?
anybody else decent.
I mean, why is that a detriment? So I just don't get it. I don't understand how it's even become a thing. Where did that meeting come
Boss,
from?
the only logic and rationale I can put to it is if you sometimes they play alternate weeks in Europe, don't they? So Champions League 1 week, the UEFA Cup the week after. There's a
Right.
chance the fixture would never be able to get played. Because if you're playing Man City in the League Cup, you wouldn't be able to play a midweek game because you're both playing in Europe, is what they're saying. It'd never get played, that League Cup game. But it's just
So what's going to happen next round
manufacturing a
then?
tournament.
It's only for this round. So what happens in the next round?
I've
That's what I don't
lost my
get.
theory.
If you're going to go all the way to the final with this theory, that's fine. But it's going to become a pretty shit tournament when you get 16 teams. The last 16 who can't play each other. So we're going to have a few problems, aren't we? But it's just for this round. That's what I don't get. It's not like it's a theory that they've worked on and it's figured it out for us to tournament. For this round, they can't play each other. Next round, they're going to be able to play each other. No European competitions at minute, neither.
Oh yeah,
Not
they don't
started
start
yet.
well. Yeah.
It's just an absolute farce. It's just basically how do we fix so we can get every Champions League team to near to the last 18, 16, and how do we get all EFL teams so we get all the best teams to end so people still watch it.
Yeah, that's what
And the
they're
best
doing.
thing
They're trying to
about
make it.
best thing about the EFL Cup is that the poorer teams beat some of the good teams and get further on in the tournament. And like last season, they got far. Who got far in the tournament last season?
I want to say we're a championship team, and I can't think who. My brains, I can't remember who it is, but yeah, it's always been the kind of the draw of both English cups, the FA Cup and the League Cup, is the fact that some smaller teams
The
might
giant
get through
killer.
and get a lucky draw because the big teams have gone out and they've got a chance of getting to a semi-final final. I mean, we got to an FA Cup semi-final once and played Cardiff City.
Yeah, Middlesbrough played Chelsea. They got battered, but they still played it. in the
But
first and the
nowadays, like
second
you said,
leg.
there's
So
not.
that's a quarter final, isn't it? Something like that. So
But the League Cup now is never going to get any giant killings because, well, it can, I suppose, but you're always going to be that many good teams just waiting in next round all the time.
they're just manufacturing it. And the fact that they're manufacturing it is the worst thing. It's like it's not the case of. It's just why are they doing that? It's just I don't understand why they're manufacturing it. It's just so. I mean, it's so obvious as well. It's not like they're even hiding it. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
ridiculous.
is it Man United that's been drawn at home something like 24 times in a row in one at tournaments? You know, you're not telling me that's not manufactured. But at least they're hiding it. Then no one's coming out and saying, no, Man United have got to play at home because of some bullshit reason. They're just literally being totally blunt here and just saying, well, we're match fixing to
Yeah,
make us
pretty
tournament look
much.
better, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
got no valid reason. It's absolutely. I mean, it's been like this for how many years? How many years has Champions League been going on?
30 at
Has
least.
anyone gone? You know what? Arsenal playing City in round 4 is a shocker because they've got to play Champions League next week. What they should do is play a pub side from Sunday League because that'd help them out. I mean, it's madness. I mean, if FA want to fix something, why don't they fix so England have got some time together before a tournament, right? So why don't they play these competitions early so England have got 2 months before a tournament to play together and actually learn how to play together so we can test Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield 3 weeks before tournament rather than in it. And do something like useful to us so we'd all actually appreciate it. Rather than ruining the one good thing about English Cup football that we actually like, which is giant killing and people playing smaller teams on crap pitches. Absolute cowboys. Lots of them just want to shoot him. Where's Putin when you need him?
I mean, it's just. But I suppose in theory you will get more of big team versus little team with what they've done. But what he's
Yeah, but
taking
there's
out the
less chance,
excitement
isn't there?
of
Because all they're doing
who
now
might
is
you get.
all the big teams are going to play a smaller team. So the chances are it's going to wipe out all the small teams. The idea was a couple of small teams play each other, gets them further on in it, and then gives them a chance at a later stage to giant kill.
Hmm.
Just all big teams are just going to play a small team now. Let's wipe them out because they're getting
Well, it's like that.
they're getting protected.
We beat Sheffield United, decent result for us. We could have got a good draw. We didn't. We've got Man United because they're not. Man United can't play Man City and they can't play Arsenal and they can't play Chelsea
I
and
mean,
they
I
can't
don't know
play
why
Liverpool.
Man United have been protected. We're in Charity Shield Cup, whatever it is. I mean, we're playing a bunch of nobodies, so we don't need protected. Well, we shouldn't need protected. We probably do. But,
Not only did they do that, you also were guaranteed to play at home. I mean, what?
I didn't see. I didn't know that bit until after I'd seen it. So they're
Yeah.
guaranteed to play at home as well. I mean,
So not only can you not play a top team, you're not allowed to travel on a Wednesday. I mean,
I
why?
don't want to travel. I mean, you don't want Man United travelling to Leicester, do you? I mean, Jesus Christ, how would they
I need
cope?
to Basel.
Perth Glory play 9
Literally
hours
on
a
the
day
M62
in
and they
another
can get
country.
there.
United can't. I mean, who were it last season that had to travel to Newcastle and they're good at Man United? And the
Yeah,
plane got cancelled, so they had to go by coach and they were uproar. I was like, how pathetic is this?
yeah, they're
Got
like
to
2.5 hours on
travel
a coach.
2 hours in a coach. And we're going to blame that on the reason we lost. No, we didn't lose because we're crap. We lost because we had to go on a coach. I mean, I don't mean funny, but if you've ever travelled on an aeroplane, getting on a coach and driving 2 hours is a blessing when you've got to go through an English airport. Jesus.
So
It
it's
takes you
not
a
it's
month
not
and a
really
half
a
to
quick
get through the chuffing
experience.
thing. So yeah, I just don't know. Absolutely ridiculous. I know the best thing we can do. Move on from football because I think I've had enough of it, to be fair. I think we should shut podcast down.
It's just all become very
It's
irritating
just
and we're getting
absolute
very
cowboy
annoying.
sport, isn't it? If it weren't for Everton, I'd be devastated.
Just think though, right now, if you are an Everton fan, everything about football just must be miserable.
This side, wouldn't you? I mean, and they don't even get protected in next round.
No, they have to play proper teams and get draws
They're
and
that
everything.
shit. They have to go wherever they get.
They might actually end up travelling to a place like Norwich if they have to.
Can you imagine? Oof. The uproar. So
Yeah, moving
yeah,
off
let's
football because it's
ditch
just crap.
football. It's crap. It's just made up bullshit. Onto a
I mean,
sport where we are doing well.
pick one.
Formula One, pole position, winner, flying. Brits everywhere.
I thought you were going to move on from sports that had been manufactured historically.
Yeah, towards a Dutchman though.
Yeah, no, Formula One this week's interesting again. I
I
think
mean, I think you said that Red Bull will go quite well, didn't you? I mean, I've not listened back to last week's podcast. I have, yeah. And yeah, you said Red Bull will do all right. So they're not. It's not gone so well from today.
there is a chance I did say that this track might suit Red Bull.
I mean, it might, yeah,
Mm.
but it did. I mean, what's happened to him?
I honestly don't know. That car just, I mean, they're now openly saying that the car has got inherent problems that they don't. Christian Horner yesterday said it's got an inherent problem that I don't know how to fix, which is a worrying sign for a
There
team
was
that's dominated 2 years.
a rumor I read that they had to take some parts of it that had been found to be slightly something to do with the brakes or the brake cooling, slightly illegal. Is it as simple as that, possibly writing off their season? And if
No,
so,
because that happened back in Miami. Granted, that's when it started to go wrong, but they have won races since then. So back in Miami, it was
yeah,
clarified that you couldn't use asymmetrical braking, which apparently Red Bull. We don't know how true that is. It's just only a rumor, and that was they clarified that back in Miami that it wasn't allowed. And since then, granted, it has gone downhill quick since then. So is it related? Hard to say for definite, but there's a possibility that it has had some sort of impact.
I mean, it looks that way at the minute, doesn't it?
I mean, also what's had an impact is having a second driver that can't drive a Formula One car.
I didn't know they got a second driver. I thought they were just a one-man team.
There's a guy, there's some Mexican dude who turns up just occasionally, bins it in a wall,
mean,
and then goes
whoever Red Bull's decided he's got to stay just because at Mexican Grand Prix is the biggest idiot never known to man, isn't it? Because I mean, that's got to be, other than putting Logan Sargent in the seat, it's got to be the worst decision possible. Or Ralph Schumacher, whatever it's called, Mick Schumacher, bringing him in. I mean, keeping him in there has just been an absolute. I mean, I read the other day that they can't do any more to the car because of the cost of Perez's accidents.
They will be running close on budget cap now, definitely. All teams will be at this point at season. There'll not be much more coming from anybody.
They're allowed to just spend what they want, aren't they?
As long as it's on sandwiches, yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's what they claim it was on.
Sandwiches and you're all right. Christian Horner doesn't look happy, does he? That little smug face has gone on it.
And Josh Verstappen's even less happy. He's had a right go at all the team.
Bit of a knobhead, isn't it, to be fair? I mean, why? Like I said the other day, why just stick to being a dad and shut up?
Well, he wasn't. No, I'll not go down that road. I'll not go down that. That's a rapid one of things I shouldn't say that will get broadcast to the world. But yeah, they're all looking a bit glum.
Well, it's good. It's like when Chelsea suddenly start to fall off their perch from winning every Premier League. It's good, isn't it? It's nice to see. It's nice to see them all falling apart.
And it's nice to see that it's not Mercedes that came and took over. It was McLaren. It was somebody different this time because it kind of you always thought
this season's been definitely unbelievable. If you start watching F1 this season, you've been I mean, after the first few races, it got a bit. Here we go again. It's been another level, and it's been absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, if you'd have said to me in after Bahrain that come middle of summer, Max won't have won since June, I'd have said you were insane.
Yeah, I mean today it's quite. I like what I said last week. We need a big race where there's a big point swing, and today has the potential to be that race if it all goes well. And there's big potential for it not to go well because people seem to keep going off track. But today could be a 20-point swing if it all went to plan.
There's also a chance that Lando Norris could be 12th by turn 1 because he doesn't know how to start a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, it's not a great track not to start by that, is it?
No, because that's a long run to turn 1.
Swamped into third. I mean, it'd probably be behind Max by the time we get to turn 1 now, Lando.
Yeah,
but he knows he's got the car, doesn't he? He's got the car to. I mean, pretty much no matter where he starts, he's pretty much going to be first or second. I think he's got the car to do it, hasn't he?
But overtaking is just not easy on that track as much as you think it should be. If you thought this is why Max might get stuck because overtaking there just isn't easy. DRS doesn't really do anything because there isn't any wings on them cars anyway on that track. So it's not going to be easy. So if Lando does mess up the start and ends up behind Oscar,
what happens if Sergio passes Max into first chicane?
That won't be allowed. He will be told to slow down.
Only overtake he does this season is Max into first chicane. Text him.
Yeah, he's not allowed.
Puts him down to 80 pounds for make my day. It's just nice to see him struggle and listen to his radio messages. That one in pit lane. When he was right into me. Like, shut up, get on with it.
I've got no grip, I've got no tyres, I've got no this.
Oh, it's always somebody else's fault. It's Son's fault or Rain's fault or Italian president's fault. It's not like Dutch people, I suppose. Maybe something. It's just nice to see him suffer after his smug cheating ways. So who's going to win then? Don't say Lando because you've got a bad way of saying these things.
Oscar's going to win.
That's a good choice. And I think Verstappen comes second.
Oh, that's nice. We're now hoping our powers have become that strong.
We're flipping it over. We're going for the people we don't like. I don't dislike Oscar, to be fair, but
no,
I don't really care if he finishes or not. My fellow Aussie line.
One person who probably will be hoping it's a quiet race is the safety car driver.
They do well, don't they?
He had an
something I knew
interesting
nothing about until I was speaking to a friend yesterday. And he went, "Did you see a safety car crash?" And I'm like, "No, why would a safety car crash? I mean, he's only got to drive around the track, making sure the cars are behind him." And he's binned it well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's impressive.
Absolutely binned it epically.
I mean, I don't think failed.
Have you seen the car since?
No, I've not seen it since. But
I'm guessing
it's not going to be in a good way. But then track resurfacing because Antonelli then went at the same place, binning George Russell's car into a barrier.
Is it the same car they both went off then? Kimi Antonelli and the safety car driver? Have we ever thought that maybe the safety car driver is Kimi Antonelli?
But he just wanted another go.
It's like the Stig. This is Kimi Antonelli's day job, which is driving the safety car. And yeah, he just realised he can't take that corner. So he crashed both of them.
Well, his day job next year is going to be a step up, that is for certain.
I saw the interview he did when he was sat with George and Toto. Is he not like 12 years old? I mean, Jesus Christ, how are them arms going to turn that steering wheel? He's got to be the smallest thing of it. I mean, he looks like Yuki Tsunoda with frizzy hair. I mean, how on earth is he old enough to drive a Formula 1 car?
I don't know, but we're at that sad age in life now where people that are joining sport weren't even born when we started working. It's
absolutely ridiculous. I just saw the interview. I'm like, he's literally got to be Toto Wolff's grandson, and he's driving a Formula 1 car. I mean, he's got a big neck, obviously, because you've got to have, otherwise the Formula 1 car kills you. But the rest of him is just like a child.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have done well, mate, to get a Formula 1 seat. You know somebody somewhere that's got you a drive. And what happened? I mean, I'm not massive on Formula 2 and Formula 3. I try and watch as much as I can. So here's my naive view on it. Surely if you win Formula 2, you get to drive in Formula 1.
You see what you've done there?
The guys at the top of Formula 2 driving in Formula 1 next season.
You've applied sound logic and reasoning to a situation where they go, no, we don't want to do that. Because why would you?
They just seem to pick people at random from the table, and I still to this day can't figure out what the logic is between who they pick. I guess they're in their program and there's all that crap. But if he's not winning in Formula 2, surely there's common sense says he's not going to be that good in Formula 1.
Some drivers don't take particularly well to the Formula 2 car, and they do end up being better in a Formula 1 car. Max didn't even do Formula 2. He went and jumped straight from GP3 as it was at the time. He completely skipped it. So
he didn't need to, did he? He's got FIA on his side. I mean, he's allowed to do it once.
Logan Sargent wasn't very good he was all right in F2 and crap in F1. So you can't always judge how somebody's going to do.
Surely it's got to be. I mean, I don't see the point in F2 if the outlier isn't do well in F2, get promoted to F1. I mean, it just seems a bit of a.
They wanted to enforce it, but then you kind of who do you enforce it on? So if you say the F2 champion has to drive
F1, he's got to move up because somebody might not sign him. It's like saying.
But then the problem is he can't then drive an F2 again. You're not allowed to drive in F2 once you've won the championship.
What?
Do you not know that? Yeah, once you've won the F2 championship, you can never re-enter it.
Oh, there's
So if you
double-edged
don't get
sword.
an
If ever there
F1
were
drive,
one.
you're off to America.
What? So you win, and the only thing
Yes.
you get is kicked out of the sport?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only thing guaranteed to you if you win F2.
Oh, no wonder none of because they want to race in F1 and not winning it. I won't be winning it either.
It's why I've
Oh,
never
not
won the
even
F2 championship.
possible. Me too. I decided against it. I didn't want to lose my career. I mean, how's that a thing? Who's come up with that?
Because it's meant to be a junior series, and once you've won it, you've completed it in essence. You're meant to get
It's not a PlayStation game. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
You're meant to go and get a
I
proper
mean, it's
job
not
once
like
you've done
it's
that.
not like the sport's ever been conquered and dominated by one person. I mean, it's pretty much every race is won by somebody else because it's so like evenly
Chaotic.
matched and competitive. I mean, the guy that wins one week's 18th week after. I mean, it's not like you're going to think, oh, he just keeps winning series every year. We're bored with that.
Yeah, it
I
wouldn't
just
happen.
don't get it. I never knew that. I mean, that is mind blowing. Who's come up with that idea?
And their
Safety
infinite
car
wisdom.
driver. That's fantastic. He's done well there.
Which is why you end up with a lot of them going to IndyCar, like Teo Porcher is now driving in America. He can't get an F1 seat and he's not allowed to drive in F2.
That's bonkers. I mean, you're just forcing people away from the sport, aren't you?
Yeah. And you won't allow any more teams on the F1 grid because you don't want them, or you claim you do, but don't let them.
I'm sure the more experience they get in F2, the better they're going to be. But you're basically saying to the best of the best in F2, see you later.
Yeah, you're too good now. Go away.
You're too good. Go away. We can't put you in F1. There's no room. Go and race in a totally different series.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. That. I mean, I don't get the reckoning to that at all.
There isn't any. It's just. It's probably an old rule from when F2 drivers always did get into F1 back in the day, but nowadays it doesn't. So it's not fit for purpose. You should let them keep going if they can't get a drive.
Just watching Colapinto's little trip into the gravel yesterday. It's awesome. Jesus Christ.
To be fair to him, he did all right. From a first time out, he's 4/10 behind Albon in a car he's never driven. I don't think he's done bad. But again, I don't know why they've picked him. I get he's part of their driver program, but he's just so random.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not like he's. I mean, surely if you've got to pick a driver from F2, you go and get the guy who's at the top or one of the guys at the top, and you go, right, I want one of them. How do I get them in my team? I mean, they're just going to moan that he's not. They're just going to moan at the end of the season that he didn't do very well and pick somebody else. Well, if he's not near top of F2, I can tell you he's not going to do very well. Chances are he's going to struggle.
I mean, he's only a stopgap anyway because Sainz is going in. He knows it's a stopgap.
Yeah, he's a stopgap and all, isn't he?
I still think Williams missed a really, really big opportunity here. They could have gone to Mercedes and said, give us
giving out
financial terms, give us more upgradable parts, and we'll Antonelli in the car the rest of the season. Gives Antonelli time to race, and Williams get a better deal out of Mercedes.
Better, yeah.
But instead, they went, here's Colapinto. Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, they got him ready for Formula 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, if it would have got Antonelli ready, it would have been a good deal all round.
He's going to need some time to warm. He's going to need some. He's back in the car in Mexico, and see Kimi Antonelli.
He will be, yeah, probably be doing 2 or 3 more sessions now before end of season.
I think they said Mexico.
Right off Lewis's car in Mexico.
Yeah, Lewis won't mind by then, will he? He's off.
No, he'll not care. He's got bigger things to worry about in that Ferrari.
He's going to go and learn Italian alphabet. Jesus Christ,
yeah. But having said that, they looked slightly better yesterday in qualifying. They looked like they were starting.
Well, I mean, it is point and squirt type of track, isn't it? There's not a lot of technicality to it, is it? It's drive down the straight, turn a couple of corners, drive down the straight, turn a couple of corners, we're home. You know, it's today that they get it confused when they've got to decide which tyres to put on. Do they put slicks on, or do they put wets on, or do they put, off-roading tyres on, or that's when it all goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean the track's even easier now. They've done away with all curbs. All the raised curbs are now basically flat bits of paint.
Yeah,
So it is a bit like a go-kart track now.
it's just that's it. The turns are almost unless I mean the only reason the turns have become relevant is because people keep running wide at that second sharp right, don't they?
Yeah.
And
Or
test
because people can't
testing.
take the final corner and end up in a barrier.
Yeah, why have they suddenly stopped being able to take? I mean, I can't imagine it's the hardest corner to stay on the track. It's quite wide. I mean, where would the Haas go in? I mean,
He broke down, to be fair to him.
it was like the slowest run off a track I've ever seen. He like drifted off the track at slow. It was like track's over there, mate. Just turn right. Turn. No, he's not turning. Oh, it's just drifted off. But loads of people just kept disappearing off to the left. It's like, sure, it's
They've
not that hard.
resurfaced the track, and I think the grip's just not there right now.
Well, everyone else managed to get around.
Yeah, but some of them are less talented than others.
Some of them are lacking in talent and didn't finish F2. That's why. That being a race at dirt series in America after they got banished from Formula 2. I don't know. We're going to come up with some crazy rules in this world, don't we? Do
Oh
well.
yeah, absolutely.
Get sacked. So we've decided that Piastri is going to win and Verstappen will be second.
Yeah.
Perez third. Yeah, that's it.
All right, now you're just being ridiculous.
Did you see the Valtteri Bottas look like in the crowd?
Yes.
Was he not a fit for it? He was absolutely spot on, mate. Even Valtteri Bottas were laughing.
I looked at it like
They were brilliant.
They probably prefer to be static crowd, to be fair.
Even I was like, I see any. Oh, it's not even him. That's brilliant.
It's just where he would prefer to be instead of sat in that car.
There's a bad car in it. At least he's happy in it.
Oh, yeah, because he's no interest in what he's doing on Formula 1 track. He's more interested in studying a forest barbecuing naked, apparently. For his Instagram photos.
Yeah, he's a bit out there, to be fair to old Bottas. He's quite funny. He's got quite a personality.
If you look, though, down the history of Formula 1, when Finnish people get to the end of their career, this is what they do. Raikkonen did same. He just eventually turned up and said, "This is a hobby. I've got something to do."
Sort of swearing at everybody and shouting at everybody. Just like, like when you're not allowed to say what you think, so you don't say it. He got to that point in his career where he thought, fuck it, I'll just tell everybody what I think. Just lost his mind.
They sacked me, I'm not bothered.
I don't care if I'm going to upset. I'm just going to tell everybody. Yeah, that's what they get like. They get carried away. I have, talking of hobbies, you've got a new hobby to take up this week, haven't you?
NFL?
Going to watch some NFL.
It starts September the 5th, and apparently I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Thursday? I don't know what day that is for me. It'd be Sunday here, I think something like that. Time I get to watch
I don't even know what day it is for me, let alone you.
I think it'd be Thursday in America, so...
It'd be Thursday here. So it'd be Friday for you.
Friday, I don't know. I think might be Friday morning. Now I get to watch the first game. Oh, yeah, it is Friday morning. Friday the 6th of September. 6:20 a.m.
That's one of the only sports in the world then that actually works out timing-wise for you.
Yeah, the last season, the last game of the series, so they usually run them on a Saturday and a Sunday. So most games are played Saturday, most games are played Sunday. So there's not like stupid odd Tuesday games and a random Thursday game. They're played at the same time. I always used to get one game. So there was always I think it was 9 o'clock by the time. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at my time. There was always a kickoff at 8 o'clock my time. Saturday morning or Sunday morning and Monday morning. So it did work out quite well. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how you go.
Understand none of it.
Well, this time last season, I didn't understand any of it. I never even watched it before. And it was just one of them sports when you land here that you can watch in a morning when you've got up with a child who doesn't want to sleep. And I just got into it and it just became like this thing that I just couldn't stop watching. I don't know what drew me to it. I think it's just the American drama to it as they do. They just drama, they make everything so dramatic, don't they? And so like over the top. But yeah, I don't know. It's just good. And I just got really into it and that was it. I'm pretty much
I did Google one thing about it though, which made me quite
games.
concerned. It's 80-minute game, I think.
Oh, you're going to need a lot of time.
Takes 3 hours.
Yeah, it's one
Apparently,
of
the
them.
average game length is over 3 hours.
What I used to do is like, sit down with breakfast and prepare my dinner at the same time because it went on quite a considerable time. You need more than one cup of tea to get through it. It's just a case of just like, yeah, you just have to zone in and out a little bit sometimes. But I don't know, it goes faster than you think because the bits in between are just Americanized. There's always something happening. It's not like football while we're waiting for VAR where there's just like, nothing happening. There's like, there'll be another game going on in background or something. They'll just zone out to ESPN2 and you just get to watch a total game while they're making a decision. It just works. I don't know why. I just really liked it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be good. Can't wait for it to all. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. We'll be able to. Sure, at some point there'll be a game one we can watch together. So we'll have to see how you feel.
I will give it a go and let the listening world know how little I know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about it. I'll be totally honest, but the bit I do like, and I got stuck into it this last 2 months. So this time last year it was brand new to me. So
I think for today we best call that a wrap. We have people on the grid in Monza, and we have 20 minutes to lights out.
Come on, Max. You tosser. Oh dear. I want to see that smile return to Cristiano's face. There's nothing I want more on my Sunday night.
And on that note, before you say something you probably shouldn't, we shall call that a day, I think.
No problem, mate.
Speak to you soon.
Catch you next week.